Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to week 3 of our art class. And I just wanted to introduce this week's lesson. The purpose of the lesson is to gain knowledge of shape. And so I'm going to start by showing you how line transforms into shape and the different families of shapes, okay, that you're going to be using to make this next drawing. So if we start off like this, from one point to another point, if we connect, that space in between those 2 points creates a line, right? So that would be a what? Straight line, right? Here's another. From one dot to another, from the beginning of making that mark to the end of making that mark, no matter how it goes or in what direction, that is a line. This would be a what kind of line? A curved line, that's right. So straight lines, curved lines, whatever kind of line you make, it has a beginning and an end. Now, when you take that line and you enclose that space by connecting back to itself, now you have enclosed the space and created a shape. So I will take this line right here and I will come back around and connect. Once we've connected it and we have closed the space, now we have created a shape. Now, there are 2 families of shapes, and they are these. We have geometric shapes. And so these shapes have names, just like we have names, right? So the name of this shape is what? Very good, circle. And then this would be a triangle and a rectangle, and we know these square, and this would be an octagon, right, with 8 sides, and this would be an oval, okay? Now, all of these shapes, they have a particular name. We can identify them by their name, just like I'm Lena Petrelli, and you are whoever you are, right? Now, I belong to my family, and you belong to your family, and these belong in this family, the geometric shape family. Now, the other group of shapes are the biomorphic shapes. And these shapes are found in nature and they don't have any particular name. So this might remind us of what? Good, a leaf. It might look like a leaf. It might look like a puddle, or a splatter or a spill of paint or water. This one also. Maybe this biomorphic shape reminds us of a frog, a lizard, I don't know, a tree. But you could call it whatever you want. This could be a lollapalooza. This could be a nala walla. I don't know, right? You could give it whatever name you want, but everyone's going to see something different. The colors, the shape, it's going to remind us of something maybe found in nature. Why? Because biomorphic shapes are not perfectly straight, they're not perfectly round, and they have a name, and they are made perfectly. These geometric shapes are made perfectly. These are not. These are found in nature. There's nothing perfectly straight or round in nature. So these 2 families of shapes are the ones that we as artists use. And another name for the biomorphic shapes are organic shapes found in nature. Now, for this assignment, we are going to be focusing on the biomorphic shapes, okay? So what I need you to do is this. I need you for today to find a regular piece of paper, just a piece of paper, And once you've gotten a piece of paper, then you also need a pencil. And hopefully with an eraser so that if you make a mistake, you can erase it. So I'm going to put my piece of paper here, and I'm going to show you a few samples of what it is that you're going to be drawing. I would like you to create an imaginary, totally made up from your mind, your imagination, or it could be an animal that you have seen or that exists, or you could combine an animal that we know of in reality and combine it with some imaginary features, right? So I have made creatures by using objects found at home. So here is a scissor. Maybe this was a spoon. And we're going to make some abstract creatures, right? By using biomorphic shapes. So these are just a couple that I wanted to show you, but since we are at home, we have access to a lot of different materials. And I have used in the past a scissor to trace, and that's a kind of interesting shape. Now, what I need you to do, please, is ask for permission to use one of these items or anything. I just happen to pick these. This one is a can opener from my kitchen, and I think I like this one. I'm going to use it. So I'm going to take my can opener and I'm going to place it on my paper, and I'm going to trace. Now I'm going to use this marker so that you can see my lines from far away, but you're going to use pencil, okay? So I'm just going to trace very slowly and carefully, and by doing that, it is going to allow me to create a very interesting biomorphic looking shape. So there's my can opener from the kitchen. And maybe now I want to start adding some more lines. Maybe I'm going to put an eye here. I don't know. Maybe this guy has two eyes and one is bulging out from the other side. So let's see, maybe I'm going to add a curved line like this, and maybe another curved line like this, and it's reminding me of a fish, or the fin of a fish, right? Maybe this could be like a crocodile's mouth, right? So you can think about things that you've already seen and then add on to them, or you can just create anything you want. The great thing about this piece is because it is abstract or not realistic, it's imaginary, we can spin it around in any direction. And each time that you spin the page, it allows you to see something new or discover something that you hadn't seen before. So maybe I'm going to add some curved lines like this, like the petals of a flower. And those remind me kind of like a red tree frog, right? So maybe I'm going to add these. Or maybe like this, right? Like my biomorphic shape there. Now, I'm just making a curved line, and then I'm coming back and connecting. And I'm enclosing and closing that space to create a what, boys and girls? That's right, a biomorphic shape. You say, biomorphic shape. Great. So I am loving what's happening here, and I'm going to add some more lines that I'm enclosing to create shapes. And maybe I'm going to spin it around again. That looks like really tall legs, right? Maybe like of a clown or something. But I love it because it can be whatever you want it to be, right? And it can live anywhere that you want it to live. It can live in outer space, it could live in the ocean, it could live on land, it could live in and under the dirt, right? I don't know. It's your creation. I want you to be creative and allow yourself to think outside of the box, right? So you can do this however you like, but you're just going to add more shapes. And when you're done, when you're finished with your creature, you can show the creature's environment. You can show where it is. Maybe if this guy is in outer space, I could show another planet or a moon, or I could show a shooting star. I don't know. Something to give the viewer an idea of where this is taking place. Or maybe it's outer space and the ocean. I don't know. I'm going to make a wave here, like a letter C, and then a hill going behind it. I don't know, maybe I'm going to continue this up to here. That way when I add color, this could be water in the foreground, and then all of this could be outer space in the background, right? You are creating your creature and you're creating its environment. So I want you to have a lot of fun with it, but I want you to also make sure that you are using biomorphic shapes. I did make a circle here and I did make a star, and you can combine if you'd like to have a few geometric shapes in here, but I want the majority of your piece, if not all of it, to please be creating biomorphic shapes. I'm looking, hold on one sec, and I'm back. And I went outside and I got 2 different kinds of leaves from my yard. And so since we're discussing biomorphic shapes, that are shapes that don't have a name and that are found in nature, I picked these leaves and maybe I want to trace these leaves as a part of my creature. Maybe I'm going to add a tracing of this leaf here. And here. And I'm just adding on to my drawing by tracing. Maybe I like the shape of this leaf and I want to add it, I don't know where. Here maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'll just use it to connect these. You have to hold it very still in order for it not to move so much, and that way you can get this biomorphic shape to look the way that it really does. So there. Pretty interesting, I think. And so I just wanted to show you a couple of options. You can either go, ask someone if you can pick some leaves from outdoors, find an interesting object in your own house that you might be able to trace, and add on, okay? So that is our lesson for today, boys and girls. And as you can see, I'm spinning it around every which way to see which way is the most interesting to me. And I think think that's pretty good. So whatever your creature may be, wherever it may live, I would like for you for this week to do your line drawing in pencil. You're working in pencil. I was doing mine in marker so that you could see my lines on your screen. And once you have finished drawing it in pencil, if you have time again and you are excited and you want to continue on your piece, you may trace it. Do you have to use marker or no, or crayon? You can use whatever you like, but you should trace it because that will help it to stand out more, okay? And that's it for today, for this week, boys and girls. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm very, very proud of you for what you did today, and I can't wait to have you send it to me so that I can look forward to some more wonderful masterpieces from you, okay? So thanks a lot, and I'll see you again next week. Don't forget to upload your pieces by Friday and send them to me so I can see and give you suggestions, and we can share ideas back and forth, okay? Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.